Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Apuborama, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about passive businesses. By the time you're done watching this guide, you will be learning how to make millions of dollars with very little effort. So let's get straight into it, not wasting any time. We are going to have a lot of different passive businesses to talk about here. So you're definitely going to have some spending cash you're going to have to put into businesses. For example, the first property we're taking a look at here is special cargo warehouses. 5 large warehouses to be exact. Filling these up with crates is pretty easy. You're just going to walk inside, go over to one of Lupe's assistants, and pay them $7,500 to go source you crates. You do this once every 48 minutes, and you will earn on average $144,000 an hour. That's without even adding in the fact that they can also source rare crates every now and then, which will be worth over $100,000 each. So you can actually make a decent amount of passive income when it comes to special cargo warehouses. The problem is to buy 5 large warehouses. Even if you bought all of the cheapest ones, you'd be looking at around $12 million. Yeah. You heard that right. So there are definitely some downsides, but to start off your method, if you own any warehouses, I would highly recommend to start by paying Lupe's assistants to do that first, as obviously you're going to have to wait for the crates to come back. Then what you want to do is go over to preferences, and you want to change your location to the hangar if you own one. And the reason why you want to set this to the hangar is because we are going to travel over there. So you can see I've set it to the Fort Zancudo hangar. I'm going to go to online, find a new session. This is by far the fastest way to travel. And the best thing about passive businesses is that you don't really need to do missions to keep them running. You just need to hop over to each property. You need to make sure that they're going on. And that's about it. Make sure you're not getting raided on some of the properties. So we have made our way all the way over to the hangar. I mean, we traveled across the map in just a couple seconds there. And what we're going to do is head downstairs and run over to Rooster. Now, Rooster is not the best way of making money, but it is still passive income. And it only takes a couple seconds to pay Rooster to go find you crates. So he's going to go do that. That's $25,000. You will make a profit. He has I think it's like a 30% chance to bring 2 crates, and he has a 70% chance to bring 1 crate back. If he brings 2, you're making a lot of money. If he brings 1, then, oh well, it's not the end of the world. Either way, you're making decent cash from Rooster. Then what you're going to do is set your spawn location to the arcade. So once again, we're going to go over to preferences, and we're going to scroll until we find the arcade. Now, I would honestly say the arcade is one of the most important purchases to make in the game. A lot of people say the Terabyte's just as good. I can assure you the Terabyte is not as effective as the arcade. It is just such an important business to own because you can control almost every property you have. Not only that, but you also have passive income in the arcade. We can see, I don't know exactly how much I have, but we'll walk over to our wall safe and we'll find out. I'm guessing the wall safe is pretty loaded as I haven't grabbed it in a decent amount of time. Just filling up your arcade with Monkey's Paradise, which is the cheapest arcade machine, will allow you to maximize the income you have. And there you go, $80,000 for basically free. I have already earned about, I would say 4 million to 5 million just from the passive income of the arcade. So as long as you're playing the game for a while, you'll make your money back just from that alone, without even talking about the fact you can also do the Diamond Casino heist in this building. But the reason we are here to talk about the arcade is obviously the Master Control Terminal. This allows you to manage every single basically business you have when it comes to passive, and this is how we're going to focus on everything. So starting off, we have the Nightclub. Now you have 2 different options when it comes to the Nightclub. The one option is go over to Nightclub Management, and you can change your resident DJ. So if I were to rebook a DJ, my Nightclub popularity is going to go up. As we can see, it's gone up by 10%. So that is one way to increase your Nightclub popularity very easily. The other way I will showcase when we head over to the Nightclub. When it comes to gun running supplies, this is very easy. We're just going to go over to Resupply, purchase supplies for $75,000, and done. We obviously can't go over to any of the motorcycle club businesses, but that's fine, because I don't even really care that much about motorcycle club businesses to begin with. So now that we've done all of our passive businesses that we can access inside of our arcade, we are going to once again change our spawn location until we find the Nightclub. So we got to scroll for a bit. I don't exactly know where my Nightclub is. There you go. The great thing about the nightclub is you don't even need to purchase sleeping quarters for the property. You can literally just instantly spawn in it, which is very, very nice. The reason we're heading over to the nightclub is for a couple reasons. First of all, we want to maximize our popularity. And ideally, Marcel is going to message us, and we are going to be able to increase our popularity. If Marcel doesn't message you when you send your spawn location over towards the nightclub, that is fine. All you need to do is go outside of the nightclub and go back in, and Marcel should hit you up with a message. So outside of the nightclub, we go back in, and ideally, we are going to get a message from Marcel. Taking a look at our phone, as we can see, Marcel messaged us when walking back in. So all you have to do is once you teleport into your nightclub, just leave it and then go back in. Marcel's going to message you, and then you can evict or deliver the VIP depending on what mission you get. Doing this is going to raise my nightclub popularity. We saw it was at about 80%, and now it is fully finished. If you own the Acid Lab, this property is obviously incredibly easy to manage. All you need to do is go to your phone and scroll until you find Mutt. Then once you find him, call him. Make sure you're not inside of any properties or he's not going to answer. But if you're outside, all you need to do is call Mutt, purchase supplies, and boom, that is done. Very little effort needed to be expelled there. The next property we're going to talk about is the newest added into the game, which is the Chop Shop or the Salvage Yard. I actually really like the Chop Shop. It's one of my favorite businesses, just because the missions are pretty fun. It's not the best for earning income, but I've still made more than I've spent on the property, and in my eyes, that's really all that matters, if you can have a bit of fun while earning some income. So as we can see, my wall safe has $136,000 of income, and that is because of tow truck missions. Tow truck missions are great and super easy. I'm going to showcase how easy they are. All we have to do is hop inside of our tow truck, and we're able to do 2 of them every 48 minutes. And that is because of the fact that after 48 minutes, or what I should say is during those 48 minutes, both of the beds are taken up. But after the 48 minutes, the vehicles are then sold, and you're able to have space to deliver them once again. So we have to go 3 miles for this destination. It's a decent drive. Most of them are usually within a mile, but it's not that big of a deal. And there you go. Nothing really happened that was all exciting. That took me a total of 5 minutes to do, and that's actually longer than the normal one. Ideally, you'd probably just go into a new lobby, but as we can see, that vehicle is being salvaged for parts. Let's do one more tow truck mission, and let's see. Yeah, this one's only 0.68 miles. So as I said, that one we got 3 miles away is a pretty unlucky one. Normally, they are very, very short trips. Really, we just gonna drive over to the Banshee, pick it up, and then drop it off. And these are great. You can earn a maximum of $24,000 every 48 minutes with this business just by bringing vehicles back and forth, which is actually a decent amount of money when you think about it for how simple it is. Seems like the worker at Lucky Plucker is not too lucky as his vehicle is being repoed. I feel like this Banshee should be worth a decent amount of money too, but I don't know. I have no clue if different cars are worth more or less. I highly, highly doubt it. But as we can see, this is such an easy mission. Some of them involve you losing the cops, but if you just go into a job really quickly and leave that job, it takes the cops off you, which is kind of a cheese, and I would highly recommend to do that. But yeah, we're just going to head over back to the auto shop. So doing these 2 deliveries in total should normally take you around 5-ish minutes. They are so simple because, I mean, you can see what we're doing here. And you're going to earn $24,000 an hour on average as long as you do this once or twice every 48 minutes. Not only that, but you're also going to get a amount of money from each car you salvage. So in 48 minutes, I'm going to get like $70,000, $80,000 from these 2 cars as well. So it's actually just really, really good income in general. It's very quick, very easy. And I actually really enjoy using this business to get that passive income. So there you go. We have now completely filled up our auto shop, and I don't have to worry about this for another 48 minutes. Now, there is one other property I wanted to talk about today, and that is the agency. Personally, I think the agency is one of the most underrated passive businesses in the game. The problem is, to make it a passive business, you have to put a lot of effort in. 200 security contracts. But personally, I think it is well worth the effort. Already, On my newest Broke to Billions account, I've completed 30 security contracts in just a few days, and it's very easy to do them. In fact, there's a method I've already posted on the channel which allows you to literally skip the cooldown for security contracts. It's quite incredible, to be honest. As we can see, my wall safe has $108,000, and completing 200 security contracts is going to give you a maximum of $20,000 every 48 minutes. That's a lot of money. It's basically free money. So this is my advice when it comes to passive income, and I think it's pretty basic, and a lot of people already know this stuff, but if you manage to time it correctly, I mean, this entire video took me about 10 minutes to do from start to finish. That's not a lot of time at all. And yeah, that's it. You just go a bunch of different places, you have your passive businesses running in the background, and then you can run whatever you're doing. The Cayo Perico heist, agency, VIP contract. Obviously, you're going to be earning a lot of money doing this. Let's see how much money you are. So let's add up all of the businesses that you can earn passive income with and see just how much money you are able to make. The bunker is earning around $70,000 an hour, which is actually pretty dang solid. The nightclub is $140,000 an hour because you obviously have your $62,500 every hour when it comes to your nightclub safe, and then you also have your warehouse technicians earning you another chunk. So it's about 140,000-ish if you add that together. We move on, we have the Acid Lab. This is earning around $60,000 an hour. However, I'm going to make it $80,000 an hour. The reason why is because once a day, you can double the production speed inside of your Acid Lab by walking into the property itself and doubling the production, which is really nice. So I'm going to add in a little bit of extra cash in case you're using it. All right, moving on, we got the agency. This is 20,000 every hour. Not too bad. Well, actually, it's more like 25,000, but it's fine. We have the Chop Shop. This is earning you about $100,000. You've obviously got the vehicles themselves, which will give you around 60 to 70K. And then you also have the $24,000 of income every 48 minutes. So we're going to say that's $100,000. We have the hangar. This is not great. It's only about 40,000, but it is still money, so I can't get too mad. And we have the arcade, which is $5,000. So just running passive businesses in the background without even touching the motorcycle club properties, you are able to earn around $455,000 every hour. That's a lot of money for barely doing anything, for about 10 minutes of work. If you pair that on with the Cayo Perico heist, which takes you about 40-ish minutes, you are going to be adding on an additional about 1.1 million. So if we just do 1.1 million, add that on, there you go. $1.5 million of income. It is that easy. And the Cluck and Bell farm raid is also the same efficiency. So yeah, personally, this is what I would recommend to do, but obviously it's up to you whether you want to run passive businesses. Obviously, you're going to need a lot of money to purchase these properties. The bunker, the nightclub, everything added up is probably close to $30 to $40 million, but I'm betting a lot of you already have at least half of these businesses, and if you're new, you can already get your hands on the Acid Lab for free. You get a bunker included with the game for free, which is super nice. When it comes to some of the basic businesses like the nightclub, it's very cheap, only around $1 million, and you have that popularity bonus the moment you get it set up. Crate warehouses, yeah, those are very far down the line. Chop Shop's not too bad though. Some of the businesses are expensive, some of them aren't, but that's just the way GTA works. I'll see you all in the next one. Please consider smashing that subscribe button. Bye-bye.